Hello, this is M.A.L.E.E with Mermaids and Lace. Thank you so much for joining me. I just wanted to pull a read because I looked at my birth chart recently and it turns out I am a fire grand trine. And people seem to be tickled by that, so I figured I would tap into my Sagittarius vibes, which is like a description of a collection of vibrations dancing together. As far as that's how I believe it to be. Because I wouldn't say that I officially subscribe to any particular, like I wouldn't say that, I believe everything is connected, so I wouldn't say that anything in particular describes one person's behavior. However, a lot of things do influence it and can and should be recognized. So I do have a very strong Sagittarius vibration. I could, so I want to pull on that for you. For those who also carry a Sagittarius vibration, because I actually don't see too many people pulling for Sagittarius. I would say Sagittarius is an interesting sign. It's not the same feeling when I tap into my Virgo energy, which I'm a Virgo stellium, so. Okay, let me just get back centered here. Sagittarius. There's a lot to love about Sagittarius. It's just a lot of it is not understood. And it's taken a different way. It's taken a way that being a Virgo stellium and a fire grand trine has really taught me that we are all different for a reason. It's like when you're too much on one, when you only know one perspective, you might think that the other perspective is useless. But when both perspectives are within you, it really helps you to value how one is and how both are needed, how all of the perspectives are needed. Okay, so Sagittarius. All right, so you are, I don't know if I want to tell them. Okay, I don't know who's gonna be listening to this, but I don't want to rat anybody out. But at this time, I feel like you're licking your wounds a little bit. I feel like you're licking your wounds a little bit. You're trying to stay low key. Yeah, you're trying to stay low key and you're reviewing the facts. Okay? Yeah, you're definitely doing that. You're reviewing the facts, you're doing research, you're just doing a lot of studying, a lot of taking in information. It's like, if there was ever a time to get caught in a hole, like doing research and taking in information and just looking up different philosophies and ways of doing things, this is the time that you would get caught in this hole. Because it seems like some things that you wanted to do have been put on hold and you are waiting for them. I also feel like a sense of restlessness about that. I do have to caution you, Sagittarius, we're not meant to be stagnant. Even while you're waiting for something, try to maintain, and I know this seems like a curse word, try to maintain a routine of movement. You're like, what? Hold on. I'm like, yes, yes. Just like some things we just have to do. We have to develop a certain amount of discipline to do. Like, and I'm not talking about, oh, you have to do the same day, same time. If you can't tolerate that, that's okay. But every day, pursue healthful eating. Every day, pursue some kind of healthful activity and spirituality and maintaining your friends, things like that. Go outside. We Sagittarius must be out, must get out, must be doing things, must exert physical energy. We're way too passionate to. Okay? I'm not gonna get into that. We were way too. Oh, look, these cards are telling on you, Sagittarius. Look, we were way too passionate to be in. I know quarantine happened, but you are not the Darcel type. It doesn't matter. I don't care about your other placements. If you have a certain amount of Sagittarius placements, you know who you are. You cannot just be in the house. You cannot do things that you do not feel are making impact in the world. You will be miserable, okay? Do not do that. Having romantic company may be a priority for you right now. That if it's not there right now, it's coming. But you can't do that unless you're good. Let me look back in the cards again. To me, I don't feel like you're necessarily in a terrible place, but it seems like you're not in the place that you want to be yet. So you, in your house, you determine where you are right now, and if you are eligible to be in a romantic relationship right now. Because listen, I mean, the most selfish thing that we could do is just grab somebody and be in a relationship with them when we know that we are not even in a relationship with ourselves. So it's never a no. It's, am I ready now, or am I going to be ready in the future? Am I going to get myself ready for the future? This card, this also can refer to establishing your foundation, which, you know, as Sagittarius, we depending on how strong that vibration is inside of you, Sagittarius, we tend to change up our foundation quite a few times. Like like our foundation tends to get uprooted and grounded back, as per our pleasure. As per our pleasure, because we have so many interests and things to do. But yes, exactly. Knight of Wands, as per our pleasure. But this time I feel like this foundation that we're trying to plan, whether it be relationship, business, a new living environment, it seems to be a little bit harder than usual, not like before, which in some ways can be our fault. Which, if it is your fault, look inside yourself and see if there was anything that was preventable that you could have done better. Are there any plans that you neglected, or truths that you neglected as you were making your decisions that ended up making things harder for you? I'm also getting, as you get older, ripping up your foundations every time, or making huge, it doesn't have to be from the, making huge changes every time to suit your interests, get harder and harder. At some point, you put a little seed somewhere that you can always return to, Sagittarius. Because as you get older, you're going to see that You're not going to be able to just go with the flight of your fancy as much. Not as easily. Outside of your mind, that is. It's important for you to have a home as you get older. Okay? So from now on, at least in this energy, if you're resonating with this message, if you end up hearing an opportunity where you can have a home, and it's not saying that you have to be there 24/7 or never do anything else in your life. If you see a good opportunity for a foundation, for a family, for a relationship, for a job, and you can still feel like you and not feel smothered, don't reject it. That would be a mistake. Because even us Sagittarians, we're still under the human race. We are still meant to work with other people. Even us, we are happiest when we are working with people. And then, yeah, you work together, right? And then when that's over, you go somewhere else and you go pursue another interest that you're passionate about that can be with other people, it could be alone, you know. You don't have to burn bridges and break down foundations in order to also enjoy your passions. It's not an either or. And the older you get, the more it's going to hurt you if you ignore this message. Okay? The people who love you, the people you love, take a moment, even if it's less than a minute, even if it's just a text. Take a moment to acknowledge them, because people you have deep connections with do not stay around forever. And you can't just find it everywhere, like a new hobby or a new song or a new place to travel. Not everything is replaceable. Oof. Okay. I know that felt like a really that was a very serious message, I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, look, Sagittarius, we're all about those truth bombs. We put the cards on the table, right? So I'm not going to talk trash to you. But this is only a conversation because we live that crazy life. We live an amazing life. There's so many chapters and books in our life. Like, we have so many life experiences already. Like, we're always collecting amazing life experiences. That also comes at a price. Some people will never know all the things that we've known or all the things that we've done and seen, and it comes at a price, just like everything else. So it's just something to keep in mind. Everybody has something to keep in mind. Everybody does something that comes at a price. I think the price is worth it. We just have to be mindful so that we don't lose out on things that are really important for us later on. Okay? All right, so I'm going to pull a card from Whispers of the Ocean. I love this deck. So yeah, I'm pulling on that Sagittarius energy. But honestly, this is like, being a fire grand trine, apparently, I pull from fire vibrations in general. And my personality definitely has fire in it. Okay. Looking at the underbelly. Looking at the underbelly. Be sure that you are using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider taking some time to organize yourself, or perhaps a project you are working on could use some fine tuning. Yeah, looking at the underbelly. Yeah, Sagittarius, people don't understand. People, I think a lot of people give Sagittarius as some scatterbrain, passion seekers. We have a lot of wisdom, but we're also super selfish and unreliable. A lot of people think about it like that, but it's really that we don't waste time on things that we're not passionate about. You know, people stay stagnant and they end up doing things that they hate for 10 years. That's not a person with a high Sagittarius vibration. Never. But it also means that they need to do things like this, like you know, like house cleaning. Every once in a while, you have to reevaluate. Be sure that you're using your time the best way, that you're not ripping up any foundations that you will actually need later. Maintain your relationships, maintain your friendships. Make sure you're doing the projects that you need to do in order to grow. It's so easy to start a project and see another project. Like we have so many ideas. There's so many ideas, so many things to do, so many ways to win. Like infinite angles of winning. But it's important for us to also have some things in place for no matter what. It's like, I'll tell you this, when it's raining outside, you always want to make sure you have somewhere to lay your hat and to sleep, and someone to sleep with you. And I'm not talking about necessarily a relationship, it's just someone, you know, you want to have a core people, you want to have a core physical dwelling, you want to have, make sure you have your core in place, and then dance around as much as you want. Dance to your fancy as much as you want after that. That's what the message is for today. That's what the energy is bringing out. This is not me just trying to give advice. I pulled it from the cards. Okay? This message would not even come to you if you weren't incredible. This is not a message for someone that's a loser. No. Not at all. It's like you've done so much. That's what this message is for people who've done so much. And you know who you are. If it's not you, I'm sorry, it's not for you know. Maybe you know somebody like that, and hey, please share the video with them. They can benefit. All right, well, that's all I have for you, Sagittarius, as a fire grand trine. Once again, this is M.A.L.E.E. with Mermaids and Lace. I hope you have a good one. Bye.